Me too. Hammerhead sharks are my favorite animal.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. That's so awesome. And here, and that helps the magic happen. Makes everything so much easier. So tattooing, where did it start? Like back home, Puerto Rico, Rio Grande, that was my hometown. Like a little city on the East Coast by the rainforest. There was like this guy right there. He used to live there. And he was like the very first person on my neighborhood that I saw with tattoos. And he was mute, so he can speak by the time that I actually was able to talk to him, because I used to look at him from like far away, like, oh my God, that looks cool. But I wasn't able to talk to him until when I became an adult. And he was, well, not talk to him because he was mute, but kind of like communicate with him. And by then I was already tattooing, and I got to tattoo him. But he had like these really old tattoos, and I remember looking at him and it was like, fuck, that looks cool. I was a little troublemaker, so my dad put me in art school to keep me away from trouble. And I will travel from my hometown Rio Grande to the old city by bus, and I will walk to the art school. And they were like the very first tattoo shop there. It was called Indios Tattoos. And I will go there every Saturday, and they'll fucking kick me out every Saturday. But I was there the next one, and I was amazed by the drawings on the walls, you know. And I remember they had like this really cool machine where you put like 5 cents into a slot, and you crank it, and you will look through the thing, and they were like this lady dancing in black and white pictures, and that was a really cool memory that I'm able to like have and treasure. I think like those little things kind of like made me appreciate tattooing, like, because it was hard, you know, like it was hard to see it, it was hard to get it, it was hard to even get into that tattoo shop because I was kicked out, and they were like, fuck you guys, I'll be here again. Like it is nowadays. Like tattooing back then, it was way fucking different. You know, nowadays it's acceptable. You know, like I think nowadays it's they look weird at you if you don't have tattoos. You know, it's like, what, you don't have a tattoo? Back then, if you had a tattoo, and I mean, like, it's weird that I'm saying back then. It was just like fucking. I'm 43 now, so I'm not that old. I like to think, right? But fucking 20 years ago, I was denied a fucking service in a restaurant because I had tattoos. So go and figure, you know? And in some sort of way, I kind of like that. Like, I know it might sound sick, like, what the fuck? But yeah, I kind of like that shit, that it wasn't meant for everybody. You will walk into a tattoo shop and they will be rude as fuck. Like, hey, what do you want? And you, what the fuck? You know? So you were like, fuck, you know, I'll survive that shit. So it was a way to be kind of like, it was fucking badass, you know? But I remember one day, it was a Saturday, and my mom, she wasn't home. I guess she was like getting her hair done, and I guess I was curious as fuck. And I remember I went to the kitchen and I opened this drawer and it was there, dude. It was just like a fucking box of match, a sewing needle and string, and I was like, eh. So I grabbed it, I put the needle on top of one match, wrapping around with the sewing string, broke a pen, and I hand poked a nail myself. So that was my first tattoo. And I think that was it. I don't know what I thought it was done like that. Maybe like, I don't know, it was like probably for those old like fucking, I don't know if I saw that on a movie with Japanese tattoos, or like maybe the Samoans or something like that, but in my head that's how I thought it was done. And then a couple of years later, I was with my friends at the park behind my house, and one of my friend's siblings, he just got released from jail, and he stopped there and he had a tattoo. You know, we were like, whoa. So he explained to us how to make a homemade machine using an old Walkman radio motor. You know, the old Walkman, like where you put the tape on, that shit had a motor. So we broke one out to take the motor off, and we built a homemade machine. So it was so gnarly, dude, that we used a fucking guitar string as a needle. Yeah, and that's how I got my second one. So I had this tattoo, and it was time to, that was my second tattoo. It was time to get that thing either way, like fix or cover or what the fuck, like it was bad. So I met this girl, and she was a graphic designer, and we became friends, and she used to tattoo, but with a legit machine, you know. I don't know if it was because she was on the States, so I don't know how the fuck she got her equipment, but she had an actual machine, and she covered that for me. So also at one point, my girlfriend at the time, she was working at this pagers company, right? And she had a friend who also had a tattoo machine, and she let me use it a couple of times. And after that, that's when I got this cover, and that girl told me where to get my first equipment, which I ordered from an ad on the back of a magazine. So that was like prior to fucking internet, so you know, like raw dinosaur back then. So yeah, and ever since, dude, like fucking 23 years, and I still fucking love it. I think I found what makes me fucking happy. Like, have you ever heard that they say if you don't break it, don't fix it? I'm happy like this. Like, I'm able to spend time with my family. I'm doing what I love. Like, yeah, like, I think like keep tattooing until I can, you know, like, yeah, this is it. Like, this is my passion. Work on, like, keep learning, of course, and like I want to keep getting better, you know, like, especially nowadays. Like, it's different nowadays because there's like so much information out there that they make tattooing so easy. Back then it wasn't like now the fucking internet, like, it's just kind of like exploding in everybody's face. It's like, oh fuck. Now if you don't learn how to do it, it's because you don't want to, because it's out there, you know. Back then, you will have to make your own ink, make your own fucking needles, know how to set up your own fucking machine. You had to learn how to do fucking everything. Nowadays, you jump into your fucking phone, place an order on the website, you just deliver it to your house. You get a fucking rotary machine or a tattoo pen. You don't need to fucking know how to set up a machine, and you're fucking set to go. Get a fucking iPad, get your stamps, print that shit, and you got it. In that sense, it sucks because it took off a lot of the craft, but at the same time, make it fucking easier it's easier. It's a fucking tool. So I don't want to be like, oh fuck, back then it used to be better, or like, no, they sucks. Like, no, I mean, it's just like, it's part of the fucking game. It's life, you know, like, it fucking evolve, or like you devolve, I guess, you know. So I I just gonna fucking roll with it. You know, I'm keep tattooing until I fucking die, I guess, or get my hand chopped off or something. But hopefully it'll be a few more years, a lot more fucking years tattooing. Yeah. Let's see what this brings. Like, I'm excited to see, because, dude, like, I've been tattooing for 23 years. Fucking Philadelphia Eddie, he tattooed for over 60 years, you know, so I'm just a fucking baby in this business. So, yeah, I'm excited.